Good morning, this is Brother Charles McKendry with Macedonia Baptist Church and the Word of the Day. The Word of the Day is 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the Word of truth. How much time do you spend reading the Word of God? Growing up, we would talk about the things that we knew. We loved football. Football season is upon us, and we knew about the Arkansas Razorbacks, and we knew about the Dallas Cowboys, and so we spent a lot of time talking about the Razorbacks and the Cowboys. When it came to cars, we talked about the F-150s and the Ford Mustangs. My dad was a graduate of Ford Motor Company, and so that's what we knew was Ford, and so that's what we talked about. You know, the Bible tells us that we need to study to show ourselves approved. We need to actually read the Word of God. We need to study it. And we need to hide its words in our heart. It's hard to talk about something that you know nothing about. And so my challenge for you today is study the Word of God. Know the Word of God. Hide the Word of God in your heart that you may not sin against God. Brothers and sisters, I promise you there is coming a day when we're not going to have the Word of God to read anymore. And we're going to have to go by memory, what's hid in our heart. And so study that Word. Many times we don't pick up the Word of God for afraid what it's going to reveal about ourselves. We know that it's sharper than a two-edged sword, and that divides asunder both bone and marrow. We know the truth that's in it. Brothers and sisters, a lost world doesn't know that. And they need to hear the gospel. And how can we clearly show them, clearly present to them something we know nothing of ourselves? So in 2 Timothy, Paul wrote to Timothy when he said, "Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." You don't study the Word of God to hold it inside. You study the Word of God to share it to others and to be approved unto God. Unless you read the Word of God, you'll never understand God's love letter to humanity. Pick it up, read it, and share it with others. That's the Word of the Day. Brother Charles, Macedonia Baptist Church.